Hello, I'm Karen Skipper. I'm a board-certified music therapist. I work in Orange County, California, and much of my work is with people with Parkinson's. I'm the director of the Orange County Tremble Clefs. Our goals are to help people through music therapy and singing to develop better communication skills to help alleviate some of those symptoms that can impact communication in people with Parkinson's. One of the treatments that has been widely accepted as best practice is LSVT LOUD, the Lee Silverman voice treatment. And many of my tremble clef singers have experienced the Lee Silverman voice treatment, which, according to research, is very effective in improving loudness, articulation, and understandability. What my people tell me is that the follow-up exercises, the maintenance exercises, are, while effective, very boring. So we have come up with some ways to use music to make those exercises a little more appealing and a little more fun. So I'm going to go over some of the Lee Silverman voice treatment exercises with you today and show you how they can be modified by using music to just be a little more enjoyable and a little less tedious, but accomplish the same goals. So the first one we're going to do, according to LSVT LOUD maintenance, is to hold an ah as loud as you can for as long as you can. So you would hold ah very loudly for as long as you can, and the protocol says to do that 15 times. Well, I have something that might be a little more fun. Instead of saying ah for as long as you can, you're going to be singing ah, ah, as long as you can, as loudly as you can. Then to change it up a little bit, you might want to sing oh, ah. And use different tones. You can use them higher into your range. And that will help you to use those same principles that you're using in maybe a more enjoyable way. Another exercise that LSVT LOUD asks you to do is to say, again, ah, from your lowest to highest pitch. Ah. And you're supposed to do that 15 times. Well, a modification might be to do some vocal runs. And in this exercise, you'll be also exercising your diaphragm. In a previous video, we talked about the diaphragm. And what that is the muscle that tucks up under your rib cage when it's at rest. As you inhale, the reason you can inhale is that your diaphragm contracts and it allows the lungs to fill with air. And then as you exhale, it relaxes again and forces the air out of your lungs. So it's important for good breathing and for volume to have a diaphragm that is very toned, which sounds strange because you can't control your diaphragm except through breathing. But it is a muscle, and as often is the case with Parkinson's, muscles get stiff, and so your diaphragm can also become stiff. So this exercise, in addition to working on your voice, will also help your diaphragm. So you're going to sing ah, 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 ah. And when you sing the ha, 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 your core should be engaged. I did this on the other video. I'm going to be brave and do it again. Ah, 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 ah. You should feel it right here in your core. So be sure that you're feeling that. The feeling is such as it would be if you thought someone was going to punch you in the stomach and you tighten up to protect your core. So you should be able to feel it. Another way to feel those core muscles is if you're seated in a chair, reach to the seat that you are seated in and pull up on the bottom of the seat as though you're trying to lift yourself. Obviously you won't, but you will feel those core muscles tighten up. And try that as you sing this exercise. Ha, 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 as long as you can. Ha, 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 as long as you can. Do that on different tones, like ho, 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 ho. You can also use solfeggio, which will give you some practice with your articulation. What solfeggio is, if you heard the sound of the song for The Sound of Music, do, a deer, a female deer, re, a drop of golden sun. Do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, do. It's a musical term that stands for assigning a syllable to each note of the scale. So you can sing a scale, do, re, mi, fa, sol, 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 sol. Hold it as long as you can. Sol, fa, mi, re, do, 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 do. Hold it as long as you can. So you're getting two different exercises if you do it on a vowel sound. And again, use any sound. E, 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 e. You're getting some diaphragmatic exercise if you do it on a syllable. Do, re, mi, fa, sol, 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 sol. Sol, fa, mi, re, do, 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 do. You're not only getting the diaphragmatic exercise from holding that long note, but you're also getting some oral motor exercise by saying those syllables. So that's another exercise from the LSVT treatment that can also be modified and made a little bit more fun with some music. So the third one we're going to do is about sentences, and the LSVT protocol asks you to say 10 self-selected sentences, such as, how are you? I love you. What would you like for dinner? And you're supposed to speak those sentences at greater than 75 decibels, 5 repetitions per sentence. So you can imagine saying those sentences loudly is going to help your voice, but it's a little boring. So you can get the same benefit from singing sentences. So you can work on singing a sentence. We're going to use one that is probably a familiar song. Oh, give me a home where the buffalo roam. Then you could see how loud you sang that, and you could actually measure that. There are apps for your smartphone or your tablet that you can download that's a decibel meter, and see how loud you sang it. And then you could speak it. Oh, give me a home where the buffalo roam. And see if your speech can be as loud as you're singing. We tend to sing louder than we speak, which is why singing is such a great exercise for Parkinson's, because we use our breath more efficiently. But it's important not to have to sing everything you say. So practice speaking as loudly as you sing. And then, to make it a little bit more difficult, do a longer phrase. Oh, give me a home where the buffalo roam, where the deer and the antelope play. And it's important to keep your volume consistent through the entire phrase, and also to keep your pacing consistent. Oh, give me a home where the buffalo roam, where the deer and the antelope play. The next session we're going to do is going to involve a metronome, which I invite you to watch the next session, and I will talk about how important it is to use a metronome when you're practicing speech and many other things that have to do with Parkinson's. But people with Parkinson's tend to have inconsistent pacing, not only in speech, but also in gait. And so it's always a good idea to have some sort of a rhythm behind you when you do that. So we'll talk about that in the next video. The next exercise is reading or talking aloud at greater than 75 decibels for 15 plus minutes. So you need to consistently sing for 15 plus minutes. I would set a timer if I were you, and just sing all the songs you can think of. But first you would sing it. Here's another one that many people know. You are my sunshine, my only sunshine. You make me happy when skies are gray. You'll never know, dear, how much I love you. Please don't take my sunshine away. So you can speak it then, but what I would do, and this is what the protocol recommends as well, is to just say a little short phrase of that. You are my sunshine. Measure it against what you sang using the decibel meter and see if your speech is as loud as you're singing. If it's not, then you need to do it again and practice speaking more loudly. Then add another phrase. So instead of, you are my sunshine, add another phrase. You are my sunshine, my only sunshine. And then speak that. You are my sunshine, my only sunshine. Once you master getting the same volume on speech as you did on music, extend it. You are my sunshine, my only sunshine. You make me happy. Then speak it. You are my sunshine, my only sunshine. You make me happy. Make sure that you are as loud at the end of the phrase as you are at the beginning. But it's a lot more fun to sing than it is to just speak words for 15 minutes. And you can sing as many songs as you like. Just choose your favorites, sing along. You can sing along with a karaoke track if that's easier. Just be sure that after you sing a part of a piece, then you speak it to make sure that your speaking voice is as loud as your singing voice. And then the last exercise that they mention on this particular LSVT protocol is what they call off-the-cuff measurement. So it is having the clinician, which you probably are not seeing now during this COVID-19 isolation, but ask one of your caregivers or your spouse or your partner or your kids or whoever you do come in contact with, even someone over the phone, to tell you how your speech is. Was my speech as loud as at the beginning as it was at the end? If you have a partner in your home who sings, sing a duet with them. It's fun. It's a good way to enjoy each other, and you will be speaking or singing more loudly. If they say to you, "What?" then try singing it, and perhaps they will understand you. It might sound weird, but what's the goal? The goal is to be understood. So thank you for sharing these exercises. I'll be back with another video. Thank you.